This guy is a capybara, and these are the biggest rodents in the world. An adult capybara weighs as much as a snow leopard. Talking about rodents, many people think that rodents mean rat and rat-like creatures. But they are mammals with ever-growing incisors. Squirrels, rats, porcupines, guinea pigs, rabbits, all belong to rodentia. In fact, 40% of total mammal species are rodents. I'm sorry. Turns out, these guys are not considered rodents. They actually belong to Lagomorpha. He says rabbits have 2 pairs of incisors, and rodents have just 1 pair. By 2 pairs, it means like this, not like this. Okay, let's get back to these coconut fish. These sheep-sized guinea pigs are almost aquatic animals. I usually call them coconut fish because they kinda look like coconuts and live most of their life in water. They have webbed feet, submarines-like bodies, and can hold their breath for 5 minutes. They can sleep in water, kinda like this, and they even mate in water. They are so fish-like that the Catholic Church classified them as fish in around the 16th century. Why, you may ask? Because they wanted to eat them. The Pope probably said, "You were born mammal, but you are now a fish." And they started eating those fish. Yup, it's a weird story. It's kinda like California classifying bees as fish in 2022. But it was for bees conservation, though. Or so I heard. Capybara are social animals and stay in groups. If they don't find their own, they will group with other animals, even their predators. But if a predator attacks, they will just leave their kids and run away. Yup, though they act like monks, they choose their own life before their kids. A lot of animals, including caimans, jaguars, and pythons, eat capybaras. But if predators eat capybara, what's all those viral pics of capybara riding crocs? These fish can identify if a caiman or croc is hungry or full. Since capybaras are big, crocs usually don't attack them if they are not hungry. So, they simply avoid big hungry ones and go near full stomach or small ones. Capybaras sometimes use them to cross the water too. It acts as safety, as crocs and caimans won't usually attack another fellow member. So, it's not that they are brave, they just play it safe. You may all know that this big reptile is a crocodile. Many people think that crocodiles are overgrown lizards, but crocodiles are actually closer to birds than any other reptile. Yup, the archosaurs branched into 2 groups, standing ones and crawling ones. Standing guys turned to dino species, and later birds, and ground lovers changed to crocs and gators. So, dinosaurs and crocs are like sister branches, at least at the beginning. That's the reason crocs have among the highest bite pressure in the world. Talking about bite, these guys will bite anything. They eat birds, fish, deer, zebras, and even stones.
What?
Yup, crocodiles swallow their prey without chewing. The stones help to grind the food before it reaches the stomach acid. Also, the stones are heavy and pull the stomach down. It helps them to store more air in the lungs and stay underwater for around an hour. Because of the strong bite force, crocodiles break and grow over 6,000 teeth in their lifetime. But the weird thing is, they can live without food for months, even up to 3 years in some cases. Crocodiles don't die of old age. If kept in good environment away from diseases and accidents, they can theoretically live forever. That may be the reason why they didn't go extinct while their cousins tapped out. They can slow their metabolism and lower their heart rate to 2 beats per minute, so they can easily survive eating just twice a year or so. But if you're near a crocodile, they can bite you, even if they are not hungry. And the reason is, well, they don't need reason for biting humans. If you think a water body is safe because it's still, well, you can be mistaken. When crocodiles move underwater, they don't produce ripples on surface. These things act as ripple cancellation, kind of like how noise cancellation works. They knew the technology before it was cool, I guess.
Technology!
Crocodiles are giant apex predators. They can be over 15 feet long and weigh over 1,000 pounds. Saltwater crocodiles can swim with the speed of 18 miles per hour and have a perfect shielded body. If you are not afraid of crocodiles, either you are lying or you have never seen a crocodile in real life. This guy is an eel, and eels are amazing water creatures. There are over 800 species of eels ranging from 4 inches to around 4 meters in length. So in short, eels are long snake-like fish with almost no scales and slippery mucus-covered bodies. When people hear about eels, they mostly think of electric eel. But there are no eels that can produce electricity. These guys are actually elongated knife fish. It may be shocking, and why won't it be? They produce over 800 volts of electricity. Though eels are found in ponds, swamps, or rivers, there are no true freshwater eels. Naturally, all the eels in the world give birth and die in the ocean. Though they live in rivers and lakes, they eventually travel to oceans during breeding time and die there. The journey can be as long as 3,000 miles. We'll talk more about that in the mating video. And talking about mating, no one actually knows how they mate. Eels' larvae are transparent and look totally different from the adults. For reference, this is an adult Saema eel, and it's the larva. But freshwater eels take it a step further. They get almost completely transparent like glass when it's time to migrate back home. They are called glass eels. The skin then slowly gets darker with time. Talking about skin, you might not know that most of the eels can breathe through their skin. Kinda like frogs. European and American eels can even move out of water and slither in wet grass to visit nearby water sources. So, if you see an eel in an eel-less pond, it might have walked there last night. Raw eel blood is poisonous. So, people cook them to neutralize that toxin. Even the Japanese people eat cooked eel sushi. Eels are excellent swimmers. They swim elegantly, but they can even swim backwards. They can even climb big obstacles like rocks and waterfalls when they return home from the ocean. There are a lot of eels with different shapes and properties. Some look like snakes, some look like whips, and some look like, I don't know what to call it, a balloon maybe. Moray eels are like xenomorph. They have a second pair of jaws inside their throat that come towards the mouth to catch the prey. Some eels like garden eels live their entire lives in holes, half buried in the sand, kinda like bobbit worms. When they wave with ocean current, they kinda look like plants in a garden. These are kinda satisfying to look at. If any predator arrives, they all pull back to their holes in a synchronized manner. Eels can live for around 70 years and reproduce only once in their lifetime. They have inbuilt maps with Earth's magnet as GPS, which they use to travel back home. And after returning home, the cycle continues. You might all know that this guy is a cockroach, and these are among the most hated creatures on the planet. The biggest cockroach in the world is Megaloblatta longipennis. This word here is Latin for wings, and it doesn't mean a long. You got the point, I guess. They have body length of 10 centimeters and wingspan of 20. But you won't see them, they live in the wild. In fact, only 30 among the 4,600 species live with humans. So saying all cockroaches are pests is like saying all the spiders are venomous. Cockroaches are versatile creatures and don't die easily. They can survive 3 months without food, a month without water, a week without a head, and almost an hour without air. Talking about food, they eat almost any organic matter. They primarily eat human food, pet food, trash, dead insects, decaying matters, or even other cockroaches. Yup, they are cannibals. If food is scarce, they will eat wood, paper, glue, leather, fabric, soap, toothpaste, or even hairs and fingernails. And American roaches like bears. Many people don't know that cockroaches can fly. Even I didn't know that until I was 16. Cockroaches are very fast animals. They can run with the speed of 3 miles per hour. That's like humans running over 120 miles an hour. But what you might have never heard is that they can run with 2 legs too. Yup, they do it to sprint fast. They can even shrink their body to 25% of the original size while traveling through cracks. Cockroaches can withstand 900 times their body weight without injury. It's like 8 elephants sitting on you, and you walk away like nothing happened. Cockroaches are social insects. They live in groups, and even have personalities like shy and boldness. They can be trained too. Cockroaches are said to be the cleanest insects on the planet. Their body can produce antimicrobial fluids that can kill many pathogens, including bacteria. And they constantly clean their body with that fluid. If you touch these walking sanitizers, they will clean themselves because they think our fingers are filthy. But they do carry diseases and fart a lot. They fart 35 grams of methane per year. That's actually more than human methane production. But I couldn't find any trusted paper for that. So, it's a zombie fact according to my research. This guy is a woodpecker, and these guys are nature's drilling machines. They can peck trees with a rate of around 20 times per second, with velocity of 16 miles per hour. So, they have shock-suppressing bone in their skull. In addition, their tongue wraps around their brain to prevent the brain from shock damage. They mostly drill holes in old and dead trees. Since dead trees have insects inside, they drill the outer layer and use their long tongue, like anteaters, to grab and eat the insects. It's kinda like eye and their middle finger, if you remember them from the last video. Though they mainly eat insects, some species like great spotted woodpeckers eat eggs and chicks of other birds too. The woodpeckers peck trees for many reasons. They communicate through these drums. They make holes to eat insects, to make nest for their eggs, and even to advertise their maturity for mating. The thing I found the most weird is that they are not found in Australia, the land of exotic animal evolution. Talking about evolution, we'll be making a special episode in the entire history of evolution. I know you guys will love that video too. And as always, I love you guys.